Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, May 12th. You're getting 2 videos this week because for some reason last week's video didn't get posted, so it's got posted on Monday. This will be posted on Tuesday. I'm an idiot.
Or YouTube hates you.
At this point, I have no idea. Last week was such a insane chaos bomb that, which Rummage Sale Week is always an insane chaos bomb. I have no idea. I'm tired.
Okay, I'm going to say a sentiment that has been heard around the world. I love my cat, I will not kill my cat. I love my cat, I will not kill my cat. I love my cat, I will not kill my cat.
Cat knocked over a vase. Joe got me a very nice vase of flowers. Got me some very nice flowers last week because last Wednesday was my last day of PSR. Got me some lovely flowers and the cat knocked it over trying to eat the flowers. And we just found the water everywhere.
Because, of course, the water directly under where it was not wet. It ran down the side of the vase. Because, of course it did.
Because, of course. Last week was a hectic week in this house. If we couldn't already tell. This week is going to be vastly calmer.
For you. Work's still going to be fun for me.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Hopefully, all of you... Sorry. Had a calm week.
Oh, here's a funny question. Comment below if you got to see your significant other mow the lawn for you while you sip tea.
What?
Most of the people that watch our show are the lady half of the relationship. Usually it's the guy that mows the lawn. I was mad to make a joke.
Oh, I was at
because mowing the lawn stunk this weekend.
Oh my gosh. So it rained and rained and rained. I think it rained almost all of last week.
I think Thursday was the first day it didn't, pour.
So it took a couple days for the yard to dry out. And, well, it was...
a chia pet from you-know-where.
Yeah. You hear about the 4th of July?
Oh, I don't know if the camera can pick this up.
And someone didn't put sunscreen on when he mowed the lawn yesterday.
No. I didn't think about it because normally after my first burn, I don't have to worry about it. And usually I don't spend that much time on it. But no, I didn't think about it at all. And I was wearing gloves, so literally this part is pale, this part is beet red.
I love you, honey.
And it has hurt all day.
It was outside too. Didn't get done what I needed to do, but I was working on flowers and stuff. So hopefully you all had a wonderful weekend. It is finally starting to get nice here in northern hemisphere, northern Ohio.
Which is actually part of the reason why I didn't think about his sunburn, because it was so nice yesterday. Walking around in a t-shirt, doing heavy activity, didn't feel hot. Oh, I wish it was in the low 60s every day. I had to mow the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually 20 to 30 degrees higher, though.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy it while I can.
Yep, enjoy it while you can. I believe the pool cover is finally emptied. That's been a 2-day process. So much water.
And that's going to rain this weekend.
I know. Yay! Well, yeah.
We bought a lovely tool that actually made it so I didn't have to get my hands wet.
Yes, we bought a pump, which is nice. And it's like...
It's a gravity. It's a pump, but you only squeeze it a few times, and you just let gravity do it for you.
Yeah, and it's pretty much dry out there.
Because it's weighted, so it actually becomes the lowest point. Unlike the other method, which always either got stuck or, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, well, we don't have shout-outs this week because we don't have a video. We'll have extra shout-outs next week. Moving along. Whips! We do not have whips. Oh, I left my house.
Kinda hoping if my brain can boot up enough, I'm gonna be able to get something done this week. I want to, I just haven't gotten to.
I left my house sitting over there. I'll have to get it here in a minute. All right. Step 1. Lord only knows what's all over there. Probably flour. Step 1. Star Touched Meadow Sow February block. For the sow prompt, this is on a piece of 16 count white. I think it's 16 count. It's either 16 or 18. I don't remember. They're all on the same count. They're all on white because they full coverage.
18.
Okay. I did 307 stitches. Most of it was up in here. Stick stuff in here. Alright. And then for the week for the dog, that was dog themed. Whatever the dog was that I can't say. It always sounds like I'm saying a cuss word when I say it. So, the elected project was Quaker Turtle by RTM. So I found out that my friend at Glenna, that I had started this with, passed away back in end of February, beginning of March. So I was very sad working on this. I need my friends to stop dying. But I will say there was some victory in this, because it's finished. And the color on this just looks funky on camera, and there's nothing I can do about that, but it's on like an aquamarine and is with Weeks Dye Works Bethlehem. It actually looks really cool in real life. I will see if I can get a decent enough picture of it to put in the Flosstube for you to see how it looks in real life, but I don't know. It just doesn't, the cameras blow out the colors. It looks really cool.
Can I be honest?
What?
I'm gonna miss asking you to do that one because I like that one.
I do like this.
I like how I normally don't like bright colors, but that one's cute.
It's great colors. So I did this for stitch on your whip that brings you your most joy, stitch on your best whip, stitch on your whip that can wave. I mean, turtles make waves in the water. And stitch on the whip that you have stitched on the most in 2025. 738 stitches. And it's finished. Hooray. This can go into the to be FFO'd pile.
You know when that pile gets larger than your whip pile, you need to really work on that?
I need to really work on FFOing stuff. And then, so I needed to do the whip of stitch, or the prompt of stitch on your whip with your least effort. So I pulled out my stamped heart because, minimal effort there. I'm just filling in white. At this point, it's real minimum effort. Although I did find a spot that I missed some stitches on the plants. Oops. So this is on the 11 count kit Ada that it came with, and I did 202 stitches of the white. Yay. There's a lot. All this blue has to be made white. There's a lot. There'll be a lot of white stitching. At least it's not white on white.
White on white is evil.
White on white is challenging. And that brought us to the weekend. I have absolutely no idea where the cover photo for this is buried in this pile. And it might not even be in this pile. It may be or yonder somewhere. Actually, it is or yonder somewhere because I took this with me to EGA on Thursday. I needed to finish up Stitch on Your Whip that's had the most stitches this year. So I finished the turtle on Wednesday. I needed to finish up Stitch on the Whip that I needed to finish with the Prom Stitch on the Whip that had the most stitches. And that was this. I took this with me to EGA. So the cover photo is somewhere over yonder. Somewhere in here I have the bead pack thing that's got a picture of the cover. Hold it straight. It is Cathedral Wood Goddess by Mirabilia. So I used this for Stitch on Your Whip. That's been stitched on the most this year. And then 3 of the monthlies. FLNO.
Flow.
Yes. I got 1,536 stitches on it. This is on a piece of custom 32 even weave that I made. I have 1 little leafy bit to finish. The back stitching on this side and the beading on this side. That's why the 1 little leafy bit is not finished. Because I still have back stitch and a lot of beading to do. So, but I anticipate you will see her finished next week. I really do, because I've got very little left to do.
I'm going to say there's less than 100 stuff left. Just finish it.
Yes, dear. Well, yes, dear. So that was my stitching for the week. That was it. I didn't stitch on a lot, but I did stitch a lot. That made sense.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go find my haul. Okay, haul. So, Thursday was EGA day. It was a messed up week because the way the month started, the first was on a Thursday. So, this past week, Tuesday was the first Tuesday of the month, so I had stitching at the library. Wednesday was the first Wednesday of the month. Was supposed to go to MNG, but I actually couldn't because it was the last day of PSR and I had to be there for the last day of PSR for the kiddos. And then Thursday was the second Thursday of the month, so it was EGA day. Whew, it was a lot. But at EGA, on the freebie table, I picked up the pattern. I will stop buying cross stitch when supplies when pigs fly.
Is that unassisted or self-powered?
Ask my brother how well pigs can swim.
I don't want to know.
When we were kids, Jason was sent out to the barn to turn on the water, to feed and water the pigs. So he turned on the water to fill up the water trough and never turned it off. It went, I can't remember if it was all night or all day, but it was a while. But it was like 8 hours. 12 hours. There was a lot of water in that barn. A lot of water. He had a lot of mucking to do. There you go. Pigs can't fly, but they can apparently swim. It's a running joke in our family. That is all the haul I have, because the haul I am anticipating, I'm waiting on, is not here yet. And I'm getting a little annoyed because my card kit of the month is not here from Annie's yet. Usually I get it like the last week of the month. I was charged for it last week. Yeah, I was charged for it like a week ago. But it's still not here yet. So I'm getting a little antsy. My mother's monthly kit from Annie's isn't here yet either. So, there we go. Alright, well, let's move on to, it's going to be a short video. Sorry. You got a 2 for this week, so I guess that'll be okay. You all, if you are regular viewers, you already know our videos take as long as they take. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're longer. I've never had anybody complain about the shortness of a video or the longness of a video.
Our videos are like wizards.
So, most people seem to accept they take what they take. I mean, I'm not a person... What?
About what, my comment?
It's a Lord of the Rings reference.
Okay.
A wizard arrives precisely when they mean to.
And these videos finish exactly when they mean to.
Exactly. So, it is what... Y'all know it is what it is. Okay. So, this week for Daily 30, it is Admin's Favorites Week. So, prompt, we're going to go through all of the prompts because, I guess we can do, okay. So, the first 2 prompts are whip of choice prompts. So, prompt 1 is to stitch on a whip of choice and tell us about another hobby you enjoy. The second one is to stitch on a whip of choice and tell us about your favorite reading genre. So we'll come back to those because usually when we get whip of choice, we plug in one of the whips that we pick for the week. Yes, dear.
I don't want an official count, but I want a rough estimate about how many random romance things come up in the favorite genre of reading.
I don't think I'm grading this week. I actually have to figure out what I'm supposed to be grading.
Okay.
Because I need to
Number
grade.
3.
Number 3. Stitch on a whip depicting your own type of pet. If you don't have a pet or a whip with a pet, stitch on something with an animal. So I have a whip with my pets. I have 2 whips with my pet type on it. I have a Good Tyke by Long Dog Sampler and a Greyhound Year by Blue Flower.
Let's see what the other ones are to see which one I pick.
Okay. That is really the only one with the most narrowly specific.
Okay.
Because stitch on a whip with food or all of your stitches in a combination of shades of brown or white. You may use more than one color and more than one whip as long as you include blah, 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 blah. I don't have anything that would fit that. There might be food, what could be considered food on Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow, but...
There's a really, really, really bad joke, but I'm not going to make it.
No, we're not eating a dog. We're not Chinese.
I love you. And what's the last prompt?
And the last prompt is to stitch on a whip with flowers or plants. Both of Greyhound Year and Good Tyke have plants on them. I thought I saw a penny over here. Aha. A penny for your thoughts?
Heads, Greyhound Year, tails, Good Tyke. Good Tyke.
Okay. So,
with our ultra complicated, super fancy way of figuring out things. And then I lost track of the coin when I got... At least it was on a clean surface, so I could just see what it was.
This is true. So we'll stitch on Good Tyke for most of the week. Hopefully. Hopefully I don't get bored with it. Or annoyed with it. Because I really am enjoying getting like large chunks of stitches in on things as much as I like rotating too. Woo!
Stitch it, baby. Stitch it.
No idea.
I'm just suffering from a case of tired. And I need, well, as soon as we get done with this, while you're making food, I'm going to go play with the weed whacker.
Okay, well, we're going to bounce and I'm going to go make food.
Yeah, because I still have more yard work to do.
Yep. I still have more flowers to plant.
Done, done, done.
Bought more today.
Okay, well, please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, all the fancy stuff, fancy YouTube stuff. Please make the algorithm like us.
Please. Thank you all
Thank you
so much for spending some time with us this week. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained. We hope you join us next week. I promise I will put this video up this week and not forget or screw up or whatever happened last week. I make no promises. I'm an idiot, okay? And we'll see you all next week, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.